This is video number 3 in my series on 5 key elements of an interest-led education. And today we're diving deep into key number 3, which is interest. If you're new here, I'm Kimberly Robertson, a homeschooling mom of 4. I've been home educating since my kids were born, and yes, I count those early years before academics. Why, you may ask? Because from the moment they were born, I've been guiding, nurturing, and teaching them just like you have been with your own kids. But I digress. Let's talk about why interest is the magic ingredient in an interest-led education. So I want to read you 3 quotes that I really love about learning what you're truly excited about. The first one is this one. In the end, we retain from our studies only that which we practically apply. Study hard what interests you the most in the most undisciplined, irreverent, and original manner possible. One never learns to understand truly anything but what one loves. So interest is the secret sauce in real learning. When we engage with something we're excited about, it just clicks. We absorb it, we retain it, and we become skilled naturally. So let's think about it for a minute. Babies learn to walk because they want to. Kids learn to talk, eat using utensils, ride bikes because they see value in it. The same goes for hobbies, whether it's skateboarding, painting, or basketball. Interest fuels the desire to learn. And while kids can learn in a scattered, kind of haphazard way, they won't truly absorb knowledge unless they care about it. I think we've all heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So the same thing is true for learning. You can put all the information in front of your child, but if they don't care about it, they won't retain it. That's why so many students graduate high school barely able to read and do basic math, because the system forces knowledge on them rather than igniting their curiosity on why they really need it. So let's try something. Think of a time when you had to learn something you weren't interested in. Maybe it was at school or at church or at work. How did studying feel? Do you remember much of that information now? And what emotions come up when you think about it? So for me, it was biology in college. I couldn't focus, nothing stuck, and honestly, I dreaded the class. Also for me, a different example is I was once on a semi-pro dance team, and I just could not learn a certain routine. And the reason was I just hated the song that it was choreographed to, and I did not respect the choreographer at the time. And so I put a mental block in my head, and I literally could not retain that routine to save my life. Now, let's flip the script. Think of a time when you pursued something you loved. What was that learning experience like for you? And how do you feel about that subject now? For me, I was obsessed with baking in middle school and high school, and I wanted to go to culinary school, and I collected hundreds of recipes and dreamed of making them all. Also, in the 5th grade, I really wanted to make the cheerleading squad, and so I was determined so much that I read books, I went online and looked up routines and moves, and I practiced constantly. Do we see the difference? When we love something, we seek out the knowledge naturally. As a Christian, I believe each of us has a unique calling from God. Even identical twins have different personalities, talents, and gifts. Our children's interests aren't random. They're glimpses into their God-given purpose. We don't know where their interests will lead, but as parents, we can nurture and support them. Our kids' passions matter, they really do, even if they seem small or unrelated to traditional learning. But they could be the foundation for something much greater in their future. If your child is in traditional school, you might wonder how their calling connects to academic success. But here's the thing, school isn't designed for deep learning. It covers broad, shallow information, leaving little room for specialization. School fills kids' time with busy work instead of discovery, and it also ranks and critiques rather than encouraging passion. This approach can push kids away from their natural interests, leaving them lost and disconnected from their purpose. I want to know, how many of us have graduated school with no clue what we wanted to do? That was me, like all the way. But I knew I wanted to teach and to help people, but I floundered for years and wasted a lot of time and money. It's also why so many adults struggle today with purpose. They weren't given space to explore their passions early on. As parents, we can reverse that damage by honoring and encouraging our children's interests. Let's be honest, sometimes our kids' interests don't align with ours. For example, it could be an introverted child in an extroverted family, or a bookworm in a family of athletes. Also, you could have a musician in a sports-loving household. These kids can feel dismissed, misunderstood, or even pressured to conform. But our job as parents is to respect their individuality. We shouldn't push them into what we love. Our role is to support and nurture who they are. If an interest seems concerning or goes against your family's values, have an honest, respectful conversation about it. Sometimes kids will drop an interest simply because they value your opinion, not because you force them to. So here's some tips on how to support your child's interests. The first one I have for you is have faith in your child's natural growth. So surround them with opportunities, but let them lead the way, and trust that God has a plan for them. Secondly, I have pay attention to your kids. So listen to them, know them, and engage with them, especially if it's inconvenient. Older kids often open up late at night when you're exhausted and you just want to go to bed, but those moments are very important. Next up, I have honoring their passions, especially when they differ from yours. If you dislike or don't understand their interests, take the time to see it through their eyes. My fourth tip is be open to alternative learning paths. If your child is in school, consider allowing breaks for passion projects. Let them document their experiences in really creative ways, like photo books or scrapbooks, or even storytelling. So at the core of interest-led learning is one fundamental truth, and that's individuality matters. Help your kids discover their unique gifts, respect and honor who they are, and support their natural curiosity and growth. All right, you guys, I hope you found value in this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone if you feel it would be helpful. And I also have a free giveaway for you. It's in the description below. I have a free PDF exercise for you that's going to help you and your child identify your passions and interests. So please grab that in the description below. And as we always say at the EverLearn Academy, never stop learning, always take action. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.